My fish tacos has tender, flaky cod fillets served with some corn tortillas, some crispy cabbage, and drizzled with the most delicious, creamy chipotle sauce. And this is a quick, easy, and refreshing dinner that everyone is going to love. Okay, so we are gonna get started on our seasoning for our cod. Here I have 1 teaspoon of chili powder, and to that I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika. I just love the smokiness of paprika. It's gonna give it another dimension of flavor. You could also use regular, but if you have smoked, it really adds some good flavor. And to that, I'm also going to add 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. So very simple seasoning. And then I'll go ahead and mix it until it's well combined. And then for our fish, usually with fish tacos, I like to use cod fillets. I have about over 1.5 pounds, probably about 1.75 pounds of cod fillet. What I like to do is just go ahead and give it a seasoning on both sides with some salt and pepper. And we'll also add our seasonings. Pepper. Cod just has a really nice, mild flavor, and it's firm and flaky when it cooks up, and it holds up nicely in our fish tacos. All right, let me flip these guys over so we can season the other side. What makes this dish really easy is I like to bake the fish up in the oven. You can cook it in a pan over the stove if you want. You could sear the fish, but I just like to pop it in the oven and let the oven do its work for me. And after it's done, the fish comes out nice and flaky. I like to hit it with a little bit of lime juice, and then you just cut it up into chunks, and it'll be a nice filling for our tacos. Okay, so my oven is preheated to 400 degrees, and we're gonna bake it until it's completely cooked through. This will take about 15 minutes or so. You know what, just kidding. As I was about to put this in the oven, I totally forgot that I need to drizzle it with a little bit of oil just to moisten it up and get that nice sear. All right, now we are ready to put this in the oven. While the fish is baking, we are gonna get going on our sauce. And this is really one of my favorite sauces to make. I pretty much put it on everything, anything like Mexican inspired, I add it to, like tacos, burritos, quesadillas, anything. You can put on burgers, but this is really my go-to sauce that I love making. And the best thing is it's only made with 3 ingredients. And the first ingredient is mayo, and it's going to give the sauce a nice and creamy base. So here I have 2/3 cup of mayo. And then for the chipotles, you wanna get some canned chipotles. And it comes with a lot, and I hate wasting them. Oh my goodness. How am I gonna open this now? I need a can opener, I just broke this. Hold on. All right, so I have my can opener. Trying to see if I can get this open. It's like the can is dented on one side. I think someone dropped it, and it's only getting it like partially opened. Let's see if I can finagle my way through it. All right, so I was able to get it open. Careful with the lid, because you can easily cut yourself when you're like bending it backwards. Anyway, so I like it about mild in heat, so I'm going to add 2 chipotle peppers. If you want it even milder, you could add 1. If you want it extra spicy, you could add more than 2. And then you want to add a little bit of that adobo sauce that's in the can. That'll give it some nice flavor. And then last but not least, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of honey. I'm just going to eye it. All right, so, and you're gonna put everything in a food processor or a blender, and then you're gonna just blend it until it's smooth. All right, that looks about done. Let's set this aside. And then I'm gonna take, oh gosh, don't wanna drop this. Stay. I'm going to taste the spice level and see if I like it. Perfect. Medium, just how I like it. Oh, and I forgot to mention, since this does come with quite a bit, I like to freeze the rest. So you can put it in another container, freeze it, and then defrost it the next time you make Chipotle sauce. I'm actually debating if I want to put one more. I'm gonna use a different spoon. I'm not double dipping. Okay, a little spicier. I like it this way. So do it however you like. Start off with 1, 2, 3, 4, however you guys like it. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys the rest of the ingredients that we're going to be needing for the recipe. We are gonna serve our fish tacos with some corn tortillas. You could also use flour. It tastes just as good with flour. I usually, with fish tacos, like to use corn tortillas, but use whatever you guys like. And then I'm going to add some cabbage to it. To make my life easy, I like to just use a bagged coleslaw mix, so I don't have to shred up any cabbage, but I'm just using a bagged coleslaw mix. It also makes it pretty because they add some carrots in here, so add some color. I know some coleslaw mixes also adds like purple cabbage, and that's also really pretty, but this is the one I'm using today. And then to add some freshness to our tacos, I like to dice up some tomatoes. You could also make some pico de gallo. You can get some pre-made pico de gallo, whatever you want to use. Sometimes I will make full-on pico de gallo, but today I just wanted to keep it simple. Just an easy weeknight meal. I mean, today is Tuesday, and we're just gonna keep it simple today. The boys have practice. We're gonna eat dinner before they head out. So anyways, our fish is through cooking. I'm gonna show you guys how to assemble our tacos. As you can see, look how beautiful our fish came out. I just like to give it a drizzle of some lime juice. And see how there's like excess sauce on the side? That's just comes out from the fish. What I like to do is just chunk it up with a fork because we're gonna be adding this to our tacos. So we'll just chunk it up and I'll get the sauce that came out of our fish and I'll add it right back on top. So our fish is nice and moist and flavorful. All right, so I've heated up my tortillas and I'm just adding some of the cabbage mix right on top of it. It's going to add a nice crunch to our tacos. Then I'm going to add the fish right on top. And we'll give it a sprinkling of some fresh tomatoes that I seasoned with a little bit of salt. And last but not least, a nice healthy drizzle of that creamy chipotle sauce. It's going to bring these tacos over the top. Delicious. And there you have it, you guys. Beautiful and delicious, refreshing fish tacos. Restaurant quality, but made right at home. Before I give these tacos a try, I just want to emphasize how easy this was to make. I honestly didn't even feel like I was cooking. All I did was season and bake the fish and then made the sauce in a food processor, and it was just so easy. And then chopped up some tomatoes and we used a shortcut with the cabbage. Anyways, it's time to give this a try. Cheers, you guys. This is so good. There's a reason why I don't order fish tacos at a restaurant, because I can make them just as good or better right at home. This is so delicious. The fish is perfectly cooked. That cabbage adds a nice crunch, and that chipotle sauce, oh my God, it's so delicious. That's one of my favorite parts about the taco. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys give this recipe a try. It's so delicious. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. That will definitely help me out. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Say bye, Bradley.